G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the east side of the map in the colour yellow, playing as the Ottomans, it's Beastie. And on the west side of the map in the colour teal, also playing as the Ottomans, it's Mido. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're here on Dry Arabia on the pub, watching Beastie, the best player in the world, go up against Mito, somebody who honestly could have been one of the best players in the world. I'm sure definitely could have reached my top 5. We can say that much. But I'm curious to see exactly how this game goes because we've got a mirror matchup. Now, a mirror matchup means that you can't blame your enemy's civilization if you don't win. That means it all just comes down to skill here, baby. There's no difference in the matchup. There's no difference in the balance. I mean, you can always blame the map. I guess that's something, you know. Let's compare the spawns. All right, Mido with the classic back gold and back berries spawn compared to Beastie, who's got a little bit of an awkward front gold and side berries. Oh, yep, I can already see it right now. Mido's got this one in the bag. Well, we do see the military skills now starting to come up for both of these players. This, of course, is the brand new pup, and one of the things we're going to be looking out for in this game is going to be the Sipahi. The Sipahi is a very special unit. It's recently received a whole bunch of changes, including a little bit of extra range, and that's what makes this unit really different from all the other units of the similar type. So think your horsemen, think your Ghazi raiders. This is where the Sipahi is now going to stand different. So instead of it just having that extra unique ability, Fortitude, where it attacks a bit faster, it also can attack further. So before, if you're looking at this villager right here, the Sipahi needed to be right next to the villager to hit that villager. Whereas now, instead of it needing to be right next to it, it can be a little bit further back. And there's a couple reasons why this is really nice. Number one is it makes raiding easy, because you can bring all your cavalry up and right-click a unit, and they start hitting that unit from further away. It means that you can secure kills a lot easier. A lot easier? A lot more easy? A lot easier? I guess that's probably the best way to say it. The second thing is that when it comes to fighting, it means that you've basically got a second row of Sipahi that can now fight. Or maybe that's just your first row that are now going to be able to fight behind, say, a big, massive men-at-arms. There's lots of different ways that it can go down. And I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how these two players look to battle it out. We see mirrored build orders coming through. It looks like Mido might be a little bit ahead. I say a little bit ahead. He might have a villager in queue extra. Yeah, you can see right there. So it's almost identical plays that are coming through here. But look at this. Beastie manages to get the early hit over onto Mido, and it's going to mean that Mido has to fall back here. You hate to see it, Mido, don't you? Oh, it's terrible. You miss the attack like that. But I guess he can always bring in the scout to try and bait out an attack or two. But Beastie now clicking up. We do see the Twin Minaret Madrasa. And over on the other side of the map, the Sultanate Trade Network going to be coming through. So this is where it starts to get interesting, right? Because the devs have now buffed up the Sultanate Trade Network, so it is affected by trade bags. And look at this. Oh, look at this. We've got the turn of the fates. And look at that. Oh, see you later, mate. I tell you what, there was a lot of arrows coming out of that town center. It looked a little bit English, if I do say so. Sultanate Trade Network has been buffed up, and specifically trade bags now affects it, which means that that extra 40% that you will be getting for your trade throughout the game is now also going to be affecting that. It's a small little buff, so I'm curious to see exactly how Mido looks to utilize it. When it comes to trade in this game, I mean, this is probably the best trade post that you could look at, but I suspect your traders in the Sultanate Trade Network are going to be pulling similar numbers. And it's important to note that it's 28 gold a minute, which actually isn't that crazy. Like, when we were doing the math on traders, I think the top of the line trader that you can get is something, if I remember correctly, around 46 gold a minute, something around that number. So it's pretty close. I mean, it's not pretty close. I mean, it's about half, but it's still decent. And when you consider the way that scaling works, like, it works out pretty well. But we can see now that Spearman is going to be making his way towards the gold vein for Beastie. I'm curious to see the difference between these two, whether we see a heavy feudal style or whether we see players look to try and get to the castle age quickly. I know the way that I love to play the Ottomans is definitely a fast castle direction. It definitely feels very nice playing for a fast castle, going for the early imams, maybe getting a couple units out just so that you can get those imams out a bit quicker, and then moving straight into lancers always feels great. I guess the alternative is to move into men-at-arms because you're up against an Ottoman opponent here where there are spearmen already out on the field, so it doesn't really feel the best, but we do see the sable's going to be coming down right now for Beastie, so it puts it down in the front of the base. We'll be looking for that blacksmith towards that front side. We'll check in over on the other side as Mido is doing pretty well. Now, one thing to note, Mido's quite heavy. Oh, okay, Mido might actually just be going castle age straight away. Is he just directly going to Castle Age? Interesting decision from Mito to do that. We do see him putting some pressure on this house out here that Beastie has put down. Beastie was going to go for a lumber camp, but decides against it. I'm curious exactly what his thinking is there. Maybe going to be looking to reposition it? No, he's going to be... Where did that wood go? There was some wood. Oh, was he making a unit perhaps? Yeah, he's making a unit. So going to be pulling out the Sipahi. My lord, are they expensive. 120 food and 40 wood. Jeez Louise, those are expensive units, aren't they? I mean, that's a lot, right? You're talking 160 resources right there? That's a lot. That is a lot. So let's watch and see as it comes out of the blocks and whether it's going to be able to do too much or any damage out here. And you can see that Mito is doing a pretty decent job early on here, putting the pressure on Beastie. Behind this, still looking towards that Castle Age, and a lot of resources in the bank at this point. So Mito about to cross 600 gold, and he's only got 600 food in the bank. So I don't know whether that's a bit of a miss macro, and we do hear the first Vizier point going to be coming through, and Mito's going to opt for the sheep. Interesting decision, so I'm going to go for the sheep instead of going for the imams. At the same time, over on this other side of the map, and it looks like the spears, or rather, no, archers have come out. Where did Beastie get those archers from? And Beastie going to be going into the meta, so big difference already between these openings. We've seen we've seen this sheep opening with the Sultanate trade network, which by the way is making 56 gold a minute, not too bad. And we're comparing that up against, you know, this Sipahi one base meta opening. And normally when you open with the meta, you really do want to play an extended feudal age. I mean, it doesn't have to be extended per se, but you don't want to be, you know, going up to castles straight away with the meta. It just, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of value that you're losing out from something like the imams, or in this case, the sheep, and which is interesting because I actually called for the sheep to be buffed up quite recently. I said, you know, no one ever uses the sheep, but it's interesting to see Mito here going for them. And I will just once again reiterate, you know, for anybody who's scoffing at anyone who's scoffing at Mito for going for the sheep, I will remind you this guy is incredibly good at Age of Empires. He is one of the best Age of Empires 3 players in the world. We do see it's going to be the MIA that he opts for, so not going to be going into the Istanbul. I don't even remember what it's called. The Istanbul Academy? Maybe? Possibly? It's not the observatory. That's the Imperial Age landmark. I can't remember. It's something. It's something. It's got a name. I'll tell you guys that much. It's got a name. So Age Up going to be coming through. Now, I'm pretty sure Beastie spot out that Age Up just because he does have the scout group together. So he's going to know exactly what Mito is up to. And it's a pretty good time as well. It's a pre-7 minute 20 drop that he's got there. Now, we do see behind the base, Mito will hear those deer sounds. So he will know that there is something up here, and we already start to see that spearman moving into position. Now, he's only got the single spearman back here. We do see more spears now looking to come around, and he will see that those units are going to be looping around, and you can see him patrolling up towards this top side. Has the patrol down. Now, one of the things that somebody asked me, I was actually doing a coaching session. It was a live coaching, and they said, Drago, I want to ask you something. I watch Lucifron, and he does this thing where he micros his spears back and forth, or patrols them. What's the reason that he does that? And I said, honestly, I've got no idea. Which, by the way, shout out over to the Patreon. If you want to check out some coaching, or if you want to get coaching yourself, then make sure you check that one out. Link in the description. But Lucifron actually recently posted a video, and he explained it. He said, the reason that I do it, and we can see Mito was doing it there as well, is because he uses the idle army hotkey. And so when you patrol a unit, it doesn't come up as idle. So if you want a unit to guard something, you can't put it standing still, because if you do, the idle army hotkey will pick it up. So what you do is you put it on patrol. And so often he will just patrol from here to here. Just nice little close patrol loop. And it just makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Because now we can use his idle military key and say, all right, army, let's go. Come on. Whereas he doesn't need to do that, or he won't pick up that spear on the back. So there's your little explanation. But now we see Mito beginning to move into the military school. Now, this is... I'm curious exactly what direction he goes for. And I'm hoping that we actually see... there's no imams yet. We don't hear that next Vizier point coming through for him just yet, but I would suspect it's going to be on the way soon, having just aged up to the castle age. So one of the things that we have seen players do, I think it was Louis MT, and he actually did sheep into, it was sheep into imams. So maybe we see that here today. Beastie going to be walling at the back. Obviously very aware that Lancers may be coming through soon, and indeed they are. And double rack's going to get thrown down. Beastie, no sign of aging up towards the castle age yet. Really looking to stick it out in the feudal age. Sipahi numbers starting to rise as well. These guys do have their meta attack speed bonus, so you've really got quite a lot of damage. And you can see, look at these, look at the cute little micro coming in. I say cute little micro. It's not cute. It's not micro. It's a patrol route, ladies and gentlemen. We've talked about it before. There's the Vizier point. Does he look to go into the imams from this position? because obviously the imams mean that you've got that extra little bit of ability to pick up relics and start to put on economic pressure through that. The alternative is that he goes into military campus and looks to pick up another military school. We see him already on the 3 military schools right here, but we'll unlock that 4th military school, but we don't see any villagers on stone. And I will now switch it over so that you can see the income per minute. We're at the 10-minute mark, so it's about damn time for us to switch that one over. But look at Beastie. He is really going big with these walls. Do we see a second TC from Beastie? Normally when you see walls this big, it would indicate that he would be intent on a second TC. But it's not going to be the case today. Spearman gets picked off. Beastie doing a good job with the Sipahi. Just kind of posturing at the moment, just keeping his enemy in his base. The numbers for Beastie continue to rise. How many vills have we got on gold? Still only the 3 vills on gold, which to me indicates that we're not going castle, at least not yet. He's happy to fight it out in the feudal age. And look at this, running into a whole bunch of spearmen here. These knights, or lancers, going to get caught out of position. At the same time, Beastie with an attack over on the other side of the map. But look at this, lancer, single lancer. Oh, tell you what, he got picked off there. Not a happy camper right now. Not a lot of damage through on those archers, but the spears will do very quick work. And we can see now, Mido does have the scout on the backside, so he might be able to find a couple of villages or two. Could always look to come back around, and here we go. Okay, Lancer running in towards a whole bunch of army. Mido's got to be paying attention. Pay attention, Mido. Come on, Mido, you can do it. Mido trying his best, but Sipahi now getting surrounded completely by all these villagers. Fortunately, no fortitude. Those spearmen on the top side yet to receive their veterancy upgrade. Only hardened for the moment. And Mido not really able to find anything back in the base. 0 villager kills apiece. The defense has been solid from both of these players. Now that spearman going to be looking to come through. Should be able to get at least one hit off. Does indeed do that. Beastie not paying attention. Beastie got to be careful. Spears are looking to group around here. He's managed to take off 2 of them so far. 4 more spears back here. Is he going to try and pick that fight? Could be the case. Still over towards the base of Beastie. Mido unable to find anything, and unfortunately, he spots out 1 villager. Jeez, that was a lot of damage. Far out, that was a lot of damage. Manages to take down the first villager of the game, and Beastie now going to be looking for the same response. A lot of villagers a little bit out of position here. Idle under the TC as well. Oh, the surround comes through, and look how far away they can attack from. The new Sipahi is incredible. Look at how much damage he's able to put out, and gets 4 villager kills in the blink of an eye with that extra attack range. That was massive, the amount of attack range that those things have got. Keep in mind the extra attack speed coming through from the meta drums, as well as the fortitude, going to enable those extra quick kills. You got to watch out against these units. They are incredible when they are raiding now. They have really become a threat. All right, well, we begin to see upgrades coming through. Mido going to be moving into the first of the mangonels, and veteran spearmen. Barracks gets thrown down on the front line. I still am unsure exactly what direction he went into. Maybe he went into, actually, yeah, I think he went into military campus, but unsure. Up to 3 traders now in the Sultanate trade network. This could be bad. He's got the scout with the army. We'll spot out the mangonel underneath the town center. He could look to switch on the melee or the ranged armor and just come through. But over on the other side of the map, Beastie is going to be throwing down that age up. It's the MIA, of course. 3 military academies or military schools already here for Beastie. 3 over on the other side for Mido. A knight charging in on that top side. Beastie looking to try and chase away all of the Sipahi here. Keep in mind those Sipahi do have a little bit of extra damage now. Plenty of range on those attacks. Spearman numbers starting to build. Should be able to pick off this Lancer, and you can see they can now fight up against Lancers very happily. Look at how easily they're able to chase this. Spearman going to be coming through. Next Vizier point. Going to get dropped down. Let's see exactly what Mido looks for here. Could move into Janissaries. Could actually go for a Janissary timing here. Janissary timing could be legit here. Because he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 military schools. Oh, he popped it before the last military school, which was under construction. So he only gets... Wait, only 6? He should be getting 8. I'm pretty sure he should get 8 because there's meant to be 2 from the town center. Or is it that he's population blocked, so he doesn't get them just yet? Yeah, there's the last 2, but he clicked the button just a little bit too early, so he's going to try for a Janissary timing here. 2 mangonels out already. Beastie reaches the castle age. Now, does he switch this from a mangonel to a springald? If he does, it's actually big brain. Let's see if he does that, because he should be able to do the math and say, well, I know that there's going to be mangoes coming out, but he's just going to stick it with the mangoes for now. You can see he's got the option to switch back towards the gold. Looks like Mido is going to be forced to idle out a little bit. He's only lost the 4 villagers still, so not terrible. And those double mangonels pushing out. This is a deadly timing push that has been... It's meant to have been buffed up, so I don't know where those extra Janissaries went, because you're meant to get an extra 2 on top of it. There's the gen... no, they're not gen... Where are the gens? Am I missing them? Oh, here they come. They're coming up the rear. Big mangonel shots. We missed it, unfortunately, or at least I wasn't paying attention. Spearman numbers looking solid. And this death push coming out from Mido right now is looking incredible. Upgrades coming through on the backside. Beastie try. Oh my god, how many villagers are dead? Oh, Beastie kills 11 villagers back on the gold vein. We didn't even see it. Oh, it's terrible damage coming through the ultimate raiding unit. Mido right now really trying to punish that from Beastie, and we can see the surround comes through on the backside. Spearmen are here, but he's just going to try and deal more damage to the villagers. Mido knows he's got to push it to the limit right now. Mangonel comes off, manages to hit 4 of the archers, takes out one of them. Villagers on the bottom side. Looks like they will get taken out. A whole bunch of them inside that outpost now. And you can see Mido really under pressure here. Mangonel is in queue at the MIA. But do expect that there is going to be a solid defense here put up by Beastie. Obviously doing an incredible job back in the base of Mido. The question is going to be whether he's able to hold, though. Mido, I can't believe it. He's lost 19 villagers in this game. And so basically the best way to think about that is his effective income is going to be a lot lower, which means over the course of the remaining game, he's not going to be able to produce as many units. So he really needs to focus with the units that he's got right now and deal damage. That's going to be the big thing for him. Take out these military schools. Really look to put the production of Beastie in a bad spot. And we do see that Mangonel about to come out. It's 15 seconds away. We're around about, so Mango's moving up, looking to try and hit off those villagers. They don't have their textiles, and it's a nice shot, and manages to secure the kills on what appears to be about 5 villagers there. Mango shot comes off, hits the additional villager, and we do see there are knights on the backside looking to do damage, so Mido trying his best to get his own in. Mango shot, it's looming, it's looking. Beastie trying to find it. Response comes out. Oh, it goes a little bit short, unfortunately, and he gets the double shot off on the Mango. Does he move in? He's still going for Mangoes here, so Beastie really likes the chance at this. Back towards the base of Mido. It looks like there's no raids that are happening, at least at the moment. It's still that raiding force is moving around. And now Mido putting on the hurt. Look at this. Mido really coming with a nice timing here. The Ottoman Mirror. I tell you what, this is a bit of an interesting strategy. And Beastie went for his own siege workshop. He says, we're going to need springs to deal with this. And it makes a lot of sense. Second town center. I didn't even realize the second town center for Beastie. It's down on the bottom side here. Now, the question is going to be how much damage this Springle's going to be able to do. Remember, Janissaries do have the ability to repair through the damage. It's a very underutilized ability, but he's got 8 Janissaries here, which could all be looking to do it. Mido, he's under pressure. Beastie is looking to put the hurt on right now. The question is going to be whether he's going to be able to capitalize on it. Double Mangonel could swing the fight in an instant, and it looks like Mido will manage to get out for the moment. He's managed to take a few villagers down with him, so slightly evens up that villager count. He's up to 6 villagers, or 6 traders, and it looks like he is actually trading over towards the east side of the map. We do see a trader is out there for him. We don't know what the number is going to be, but another villager does go down, and we see Fortitude getting applied on the Sipahi. Manages to find another villager over there. I tell you what, these are the ultimate raiding unit. I tell you what, that is incredible, seeing the amount of villagers they took out. And it was so quickly, man. It was so damn quick. I didn't even realize that those units were going down. And Mido continuing to posture on the front side. Wow. I'm in awe at how quickly those villagers die. I didn't even realize, but in the blink of an eye, I mean, you've got the meta that's giving that attack speed bonus. You've also got fortitude, and then you've got that extra attack range, and it's just like these units they live and breathe death of villagers. But now, once again, that attack on the top side, Spearman's going to be able to get a nice little skewer in. Oh, it's terrible. But he only takes out the one. The numbers continue to build for Mido. Third Mango is out. He's going to be going into Springles of his own. We start to see he's got another one in queue. So it's going to come down to the micro. And I tell you what, if I'm betting on Mido or Beastie in this matchup when it comes to micro of Siege, you know I've only got one player I'm betting on. It's got to be Beastie. His control when it comes to Siege is just next level. And even though Mido's a talented player, I don't think it's going to be enough to overcome that. Now, the alternative is that he looks to trade down on this south side. But this is just the consequence of the trading post being in the middle of the map, not being the best, not being the most effective. Mido want 168 gold a minute, so it hasn't gone into trade bags just yet. But we do see the 4 military academies down, and now going to be moving into a mosque. So neither player, or either player, I guess neither player, because we're saying in the negative, neither player yet to pick up any relics at this stage. Still 5 relics in play. Mido obviously dropping the mosque down. Is Beastie going to be doing the same thing? Let's have a look and see whether we can spot it. Lost a lot of production back here. Doesn't look like it. So Beastie just going to be chilling out for the moment. Uncharacteristic of him, I will say that much. Beastie always seems to be the kind of guy who is looking to pick up those relics ASAP, and now those Springald's going to be moving forward. Doesn't have a whole lot of line of sight. Look at this, into the siege work, or into the stealth forest rather. And units going to be coming through on the other side. But look, the Mangonel from Beastie goes a little bit wide. He manages to snipe out the Mangonel. Mido doing a wonderful job right there. Now, we don't have the option to zoom, remember that, but I do have the option to pull off the UI, which I probably will be doing. Hopefully, my hotkeys aren't too bugged. Third Springle now going to be coming out for Beastie. A lot of villagers jumping into that outpost. He's got more down to the south side. And now the Springle's going to be moving forward. He's looking to try and pick them off. You can see him microing his way through. We enter into the cinematic mode. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for us to begin. Springles now firing off big mango shots into all of the cavalry right there. But it is not going to be a whole bunch of damage. He needs to pull these units forward. What are they doing? They're just going to tank up the front line for the moment. He tries to keep the Springs alive. Oh my god, where is all Beastie's Springles? Oh my god, Mido did it! I bet against the man and the man won. I can't believe it. Beastie's in trouble. Beastie is actually in trouble right now. Falling back away from the mill. He's realized the outpost is down, and how did that even happen? I've got no idea what happened right there, but Beastie is losing really badly right now. Second town center under threat. Villagers managed to make it out alive. Oh my lord, there is trouble in paradise, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring that UI back in and see how many things we've lost. And oh my god, Beastie is down 4k military, or 4k on the army value. Mido in an incredible position, up 20 military pop, not to mention the siege difference between these two. He needs more Springles out. That's going to be the thing. But look at this, Beastie. Of course, he's always going to be looking to roam and pick up reinforcements. He says, you want to try and get some sneaky little Springles in. Not going to be happening, my friend. But we do see it's just going to be the Mangonel that's picked up in the middle of the map. And you can definitely tell that Mido is a little bit fearful about pushing in at this point. Spears together with the men-at-arms going to be able to repel this attack. A lot of Sipahi here, trying to find a way through. Big shots from those mangoes. Triple mango threat right now. I tell you what, the last time I ate 3 mangoes, I think I must have been 12 years old, and I loved mangoes back when I was a kid. You know what? Mangoes are very seasonal, and sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. If you get a bad mango, I tell you what, if you get a bad mango, oh man, it leaves a taste in your mouth, and it is not a desirable taste. But if you get a good mango, oh my lord, a good mango is life-saving. And I'm talking about the fruit for anybody wondering. I'm talking about the mangonels. We haven't been talking about mangonels for the last 6 minutes. I've been talking about mangoes, and I've been talking about mangoes. Beastie, watch out! Beastie, watch out from the top rope! It's huge, massive damage, and 2 spearmen go down. Wow, big shot. But I mean, he did a lot of damage here. Now, I'd be curious to see with the okay, let me explain my thinking. Both of these civilizations have access to siege pressure throughout the game through the utilization of the MIA, right? Like, you're always going to have siege rolling off the blocks. And because you're going to prioritize mangonels, that means that there's a lot of AoE in play. So, as a result, I would posit that going for imams makes a lot of sense because you can mitigate the damage that the mangonels do because the imams provide that AoE heal. There you go. That's my TED Talk. Thank you for coming. But big damage going to be done over here. Look at this. Look at the villager count. Beastie has managed somehow to fall down to the same levels. Or rather, I should say Mido has managed to bring himself up. Excuse me, Mangonels. Where are you guys going? You guys want to be joining the party. Look at the infantry numbers from Mido. This is kind of crazy. 35 spears, 30 men-at-arms, and a whole bunch of gens on the back. Now, remember, these guys can repair, and we do see the relics getting picked up. Beastie's already got 1 in the bag, 2 on the way for Mido. Manages to surround the Sipahi at the north side of the map, but look at this, an outpost coming down for Beastie. How does he even think of this stuff? I got no idea how he does it. How is he like, you know what? 23 minutes, that's the perfect time to put an outpost down on this mill in the north of the map. Yep, I gotta agree. I gotta agree with you. It is impressive stuff. I got no idea how he does it. I don't even think Mido realizes at this stage. Let's check. Yeah, has he got a pixel perfect? He gets a pixel perfect. I don't know how he does it, man. He is just on another level. But now, moving out. Oh my lord, look at the Springled numbers. 6 Springles now coming out from the beast. Let's head back into the cinematic mode. I reckon these two guys are... It's time to tango right now. That is for sure. It is time for tangoing. Tango time, baby. Springles get a shot off. They're only gonna hit a spearman. Men-at-arms going to be able to scout out all that siege from his enemy. And now, I think, at this point, I mean, does Mido just hard commit here with infantry? I feel like you just hard commit with the infantry, kill all the siege, and laugh at your enemy as your own siege gets killed by, by his Sipahi from behind. Oh, gosh. Speaking of Sipahi from behind, I mean, I kind of want to go check it, but I know that it's inevitable. This fight's about to break out. The meta could be in trouble. He runs forward into a whole bunch of spears. Mangonel's going to look to fire down upon him. Springald's moving forward for Beastie. We're going to watch them as he brings the Mangonels back. Janissary's firing off on the front line, and look at the infantry mass. Oh, it's absolutely massive. Mango's looking for a shot. Springald's have to fall back. The Mangonels, they're trying to get a shot in, trying to squeeze a shot in. Beautiful micro coming out from Mito right now. He's looking incredible. He's looking like he might take this game right now. The Springald's continuing to move around that south side of the Twin Minaret Madrasa. At the same time, a defensive keep going to be thrown down by Beastie. He reckons that's going to be what he needs to hold. And still, he's struggling right now. This is terrible for Beastie, and we can see he's got the Imam out looking to do a little bit of heals, but how fast are these buildings going down? Let's check back in on the other side of the map, because I suspect there's a little bit of a counterattack, and indeed there is. Oh my god, 53 villagers have been killed. Mito's down to 33 villagers. Beastie somehow, some way finds a way back into this game through the killing of villagers. The question is going to be whether he's going to be able to survive it. Springald's moving forward, looking to pick off the Springald's of his enemy. Should be able to find it. The first one takes a shot, manages to keep it alive. He's got the Janissaries here ready to repair if he needs them. Janissaries firing off towards. He's managed to keep alive all of these Janissaries for so long. Landmark under pressure. The first one goes down. Oh, he could go for the landmark victory. There's 3 landmarks right here. Beastie does have the option to go Imperial. It could be a way that he finds his way out of this. He will need to go Imperial, and you can see the Springs looking to try and put that pressure on. 4 Springolds now for Mito. Wololo in the north of the map. Beastie under pressure. Mito trying to steal away the units. Not going to be able to find it, and a keep goes down. I tell you what, this is an incredible game right now that we're getting to witness on the pup. I tell you what, walking into an Ottoman mirror, you think you might be seeing a couple Sipahis, but I tell you what, you've seen these two guys sparring non-stop throughout this game. The Sipahi raids from Beastie have been on another level. The timing from Mito has been miraculous. And now towards the middle of the map, the Relic continues to move forward, looking to pick up some sacred sites. And indeed, oh, look at this. Mito comes forward, manages to snipe out a couple of those Springolds from his opponent. Mangonel's still in there. Second, does he realize that he could potentially kill Beastie right now? We need these Mangonels sieging. I mean, if he just commits right now to the landmarks, I think he wins this game, but a knight comes through. Mito's not paying attention. He's focusing on the north side of the map. Unfortunately, it looks like he is going to be losing. Oh my lord, the Mango lives. The Mango lives, and he is up to 5 Mangoes at this point. Still, I don't know why he doesn't have these Janissaries in repairing just yet, because he could be repairing. I'm pretty sure they can repair, right? Am I making things up right now? Yeah, it can repair siege units. Exactly. Was that a keep drop attempt from Mito, or was that a town center drop? I don't know exactly what went down there. It was a town center. So Mito going into a third TC. Mito says, you know what? I might be down 40 villagers, but that doesn't mean I can't get back into this game. He's already taken out one of the TCs from Beastie. Now, Beastie's got the second TC in the backside, and he is still producing units or villagers like a madman, but I feel like Mito can really put pressure on here, and he's just not doing it. Mito might not be realizing that you've got both of these landmarks literally in front of you. One landmark is already down. Maybe he just doesn't think that the pressure can stick. And you know, like, it's just a consequence of maybe he doesn't have the APM for it. Like, he can't be paying attention here all the time, whereas Beastie, you know, it's that classic case of if you're pressuring with the Mangoes, you have to be paying attention 100% of the time. If your enemy it manages to get one shot in, that's it. Your Mangoes are dead. So it's very high attention, high intensity. But now another keep thrown down by Beastie a little bit towards that top side. Doesn't look like Mito's going to be able to get through. 145 population for both of these players at the moment. Sacred Site in the north of the map, getting captured. Mito with no sign. We do see the second TC, actually. Third TC is up. So he is back on the road towards economic prosperity, I guess you could say. But he's lost so many villagers this game. 60 villagers. I really feel like Mito lacking direction in this mid-game. He, you know, imagine if he'd just gone into siege engineering and thrown down every single villager onto a wood line. It would have been a different story, man. To be honest, I think he probably could have finished the game with the units that he had. Just diving all of the siege with his men-at-arms together with the spears, and then just using the siege on the back to dish out damage. And now we see an additional keep thrown down from Beastie. He's gone for a lot of keeps this game. Oh my lord, look at the keeps. Is that 4 keeps now for Beastie? 5 keeps? 6 keeps for Beastie? Beastie, calm down on the keeps, my friend. It's too many keeps. Well, honestly, I watched this guy play before. He's had 1,000 keeps, and it's still not enough keeps for the man. He loves his keeps. But now managing to eat a couple of houses away here. Springald placement on the outpost is going to draw unit aggro. Mangonel numbers continue to rise up to 6 Mangoes here in the middle of the map, up to 6 Springolds as well. Compare that over to Beastie. Beastie sitting on 7 Springolds, but only the 1 Mangonel. So if Beastie misses the beat on Micro, it's all gonna be over Red Rover. It already felt like a really difficult position here for Beastie to hold, but he somehow managed to do it. I don't know exactly what it was. It must have been the springled posturing. He's moved into Siege Cruise here. So Mido yet to actually go into Siege Cruise, but now Mido remembers, oh, that's right, I can repair my Siege with my Janissaries. So we see that the Springles making an interesting decision. It looks like the Springles are going to be doing a little bit of counterintelligence over on the backside here. No, it's not going to be the case. He does pull them back towards that sacred site in the center. Mangonel's going to start moving forward, and the Mangonel's going to be taking out the keeps here. A lot of damage comes through. That's the first rotation, and he does about 800, 700 damage on these. Sprinkled emplacement will hurt. Needs to make sure he comes up and looks to start repairing these Mangonels if he wants to avoid losing them. Walling now as well. And I tell you what, this is such a tense game. You can really feel that it could go either way. You know, as long as Beastie gets a good trade-off. I've got no idea what Mido's doing with these units. Poor Mido right now. He must be really struggling. I'm sure that this must be his first game in a while. We've casted those other games from him, but, you know, maybe it's the first Ottoman game in some time. But we do now see that nice little raid on that bottom side. Beastie always forever active. And it looks like the keep will go down. Mido doesn't lose a single Mangonel, I say, right before he's... Well, it doesn't lose it. He's down to 5 Janissaries. Honestly, keeping the Janissaries alive for so long manages to take out the keep. But the thing is, this is buying Beastie time, and Beastie's still up 50 villagers in this game. Beastie's managed to take out another 15 villagers when, of course, we weren't looking. Oh, no. Oh, no, not like this. So many knights now coming through, Lancers coming through. They've all got that movement speed. They've got that extra attack speed. Another big raid. All on the villagers on Mido. I mean, just a couple of walls could have fixed this up, and Beastie's done a really good job with his own walls back towards his base. And I can't help but feel like Mido's definitely thrown right here. Mido, I mean, realistically, he was in a great spot. If he had just put pressure onto these landmarks, I think he would have been in a good position. What do you guys reckon? I mean, leave a comment. Let me know. Would have Mido, or could have Mido won it at that earlier stage? I felt like he definitely could have. Or at least he... You know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And Mido, you just got to start taking shots with Mangos. You throw them in off the top rope. You get the RKO out. Randy Orton. Throw them down. And if you miss, you miss. And that's all right. You go to the next game. Mido trying to play it safe, though, and we see that attack once again coming in on the top side. A lot of spears here, trying to defend, but it's not going to matter. The Lancers are just overwhelming in this position, and Mido says, you know what, I think it's time. I think it's time. I think we just got to go. I think we've got to commit. He's up to... what's his military pop at the moment? He's about 20 higher than what Beastie is, and Beastie's got a whole bunch of units in his base as well, so that's important to remember. So Mido could look to just commit. If he sticks it here, it could be all over Red Rover for Beastie. Moving forward, 7 Mangonels now. The triple TC. Obviously, it's a big threat. And now, under a pressure, this mosque will be going down. 3 relics picked up so far for Mido. Men-at-Arms going to be coming through. He's only got the ranged armor on them. No melee armor at this stage. And now, pushing through. Beastie going to look to try and defend this position. We enter into the cinematic mode. As the Mangonels have decided it is time. But the problem that he might have, what if the Mangonels move up towards this position? They could absolutely obliterate all of this, but you can see just how quick these Springles are going to be able to move with their Siege Crews. And Beastie looking to try and hold on. The Springles in a beautiful little spot here. And this is exactly the reason why Mido couldn't push in earlier. Look at the Springs. The Springles having a wonderful day. Mangonels trying to find a beautiful shot. Oh, look at the Mangonels! Mangonels off the top rope. Clean up all of the Springles. Only a handful of them left. A few of them on low health. He's still pumping out more Springles here. And now Beastie looking to defend this position. The Mangonels off the top rope. Mido's doing it. He's doing it. Do I believe? I don't think I believe. There's too many Springles. There's still way too many Springles. The army numbers from Beastie are just too high. And the Springles on the backline. That's all it comes down to. And now he's able to hold, fighting underneath the keep. I think that's good game. Mido's down way too many villagers, and good game gets called. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this casted game. What an absolutely beautiful game that we get to see right there. Match complete coming up onto your screen. Wow, what a game. Fellas, check out Beastie. I'm going to leave a link in the description. I'm sure you know where to find him already, but you know, we got to do the right thing. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and what an absolute game.